What's up, guys? Yeah, we're back again. So we're just going to be color grading this picture from this to this. Can add a little bit of warmth, yeah, to make this skin pop, to give it a kind of feel, you know, not too much. Oh, this is okay too. So yeah, so this is how I color grade my pictures. If you want to see more of my color grade, you go to my Pinterest account. That's where I am more active. That's where you can see a lot of color grades that I have done in the previous months or years, Yeah, and then on the right here is list of all my color gradings that I have personally done. And yeah, they're not up for sale or for buying yet, but if you're interested, I could, you could indicate in the comment section, and I'll forward um them a bit. So one thing, I'm going to speak on color grading a little bit before we start. So it's just majorly giving your picture the feel that you want it to have. Like from this now, you can see that this is the original, this is the before, and this is the after. You can see all above here. So this picture is actually good, it's okay, but when you add a color grade to it, it gives it a feeling that this will not have, does not have. So I'm not really going to show the step-by-step procedures on how I got this color, but I'm just going to show us the tricks or the things I tweaked in order to get this. So first of all, I love adjusting my let's say my dehaze, because it gives it it's so smooths it out, like the texture of the both the shadows and the highlights. I don't like increasing my clarity too, because it's just it doesn't really, it gives it a harsh feeling, you know as compared to what I love to get. I love my pictures to be soft and soothing to the eyes. I want you to look at them and get the feeling I'm trying to let you get. Yeah, textures, I reduce my textures, but the hair is very important. I kind of reduced it a bit. Yeah, I think this is actually good. So here you can see that it has a feeling, more feeling compared to what it had before. You can actually make it like this, but this kind of harsh. Some will want to maybe increase their shadow or blacks, that to give it that soft feeling more. Or I prefer reducing my dehaze to kind of make it smooth, so, and also more cinematic. Yes. So yeah, so that's basically it. And tweaking your temperature and your tint, exposure, and your contrast. My contrast is up to 76. Highlights, shadows, and reducing my whites. You can increase it, and this way you'll be getting, decrease it. So why do I love decreasing it? Because it reduces the, because from the original picture it's kind of overexposed at this cheek place. So that's why it's also important when you're taking your pictures, you have to make your settings on your phone, on your camera, adjust your settings to the point that the parts that are overexposed should not be so much overexposed. So yeah, that's it. So the exposure is reduced to -66. And so this video is not really about showing you how to color grade it. It's more about showing you the settings I used to get this. So you can actually use the same setting, and boom, this preset will be for you. That's if you fancy this preset. Yeah, so that's it for my basic tone curve, just a little adjustment, and a little adjustment to the reds. Like we know, this is the highlight, this is the shadows, and this is the mid-tones. So this is in between the mid-tones and the highlights, in between the mid-tones and the shadows. Tweak them appropriately till you get what you're looking for. This is the greens, and these are the blues. So these are the blues again. So I'm going to be dropping a video on how I make the color grades, step by step. But for now, it's just about, again, like I said before, it's just about showing you the processes or the things that were tweaked. So calibration, this is a very vital, important, a very important part of getting this skin tone, because you have to, your blue primary, the saturation has to be reduced to be able to get that um, dark feeling. That's if you're trying to go for the melanin skin, because in this original picture we are seeing a kind of a normal skin texture, colors, normal skin color, not texture, which when you color grade it, this is what you're getting. If you're really going for that melanin look, you can see how it's just there. So the red here is already transformed to it's already melanated, if you know what I'm saying. So that's thanks to the blue primary saturation. You have to reduce it almost to the core. Then the green, reduce, make sure the reds that you've seen the before are gone and replaced by melanin. This is how you get your melanin popping, brown skin girl type of thing. Yeah, but not so much so that you don't even get any color again before it start looking like black and white. So the color should also be there, but moving the red primary forward makes it a little bit too much. So you reduce it to the point that it's okay for you to look at and get the feeling. Yeah, so this is a calibration is a very important process. In this details, you sharpen it a bit. I don't like increasing the noise reduction because it's I won't say it's about advisable, because it removes the texture, because you still want to retain those texture of the skin and all of that. So yeah, color grading, important part to make the adjustment necessary. Like in our like in our highlights, you have this kind of feel. If that's not what you're looking for, you're going for, you can actually change it to something else. Maybe you can leave it at this, you can leave it maybe at this, and then moving it down to reduce the color or the saturation. Yeah, the saturation, that's for the highlights. Yeah, so this is the mid-tone, kind of adjust it to the point you're looking for, and I think this is okay. This is the shadows. Maybe lift your shadows a bit or darken it. Darkening it is not bad, but we still want to maintain a level of feel to it, to the picture. So, and then I've talked about tone curves, colors. Not much was edited here, okay, except for the red going forward. Even if you bring it back, it doesn't really have much impact because you've already done your color adjustments in the calibration section. So yeah, going to effects, you can maybe add vignettes to the picture if it interests you, but I don't really fancy vignettes to an extent, especially if it is portrait. It's not really needed. And just little adjustments. Make sure your saturation, the yellow saturation, is low, because in that way you're going to have to maintain that, to remove the yellow from the skin, because for every photograph there's always yellow. So when you desaturate it, you remove it from the eyes, because there's always yellow in every photograph. Because if you can see, as the before, there's a bit of yellow. Mind you, this picture has not been retouched, so don't mind the pimples on the forehead and all of that. So yeah, the green, make your adjustments to green, which I don't think is necessary, because from the original video, from the original picture, we can barely see any green except from this side, which we can't see in the after. So there's not much adjustment to make here. And what else? I think that's pretty much it. There's not much. I'm making this video because of demands that I got from my Pinterest account, that, can you show us how you color grade your picture to look so, melanated? I mean, melanated. Melanin, you know what melanin is. Yeah, so to have this kind of feel that you always give your pictures. So this is just it. And don't, you know, I'm still going to have a video on how on the step-by-step processes and all of that. So you can they'll be coming out soon. I don't know how soon, but it should be. You can also leave a comment below if you're really interested in step-by-step processes of how I got these colors. So this video is actually shout out to those on my Pinterest that made the request for it. And then yeah, going back to the highlights, I feel kind of this the highlights on the skin is kind of not bad, but okay, exactly. So you can reduce it and get this, but it's looking off, so increase the gain. Another thing I'm going to talk about is like finding a way to balance the highlights and the shadows, because if you reduce this to this point, you end up making the highlight to be more sharp or to be more hard, thereby not giving the picture the kind of smooth feeling that you're supposed to give it, or you're supposed to have, because your color graded pictures are supposed to have a feeling, because that's what people feel. You want people to feel your picture. You don't just want them to see it. You want people that see your picture to have a feeling about the way it looks, not just, oh yeah, this is my picture. Like, don't put the picture in their face. Give them something to think about when they see your picture, whether it's your pictures are telling stories or not. It is very important for your pictures to have a feeling. So that's why I don't like it this way it is, because it's kind of harsh. I would rather it be like this, because like this kind of gives you a feel of ease. It helps you to see, okay, there's something in this picture, even though it's just a lady just looking at me or staring at me, but because of the colors, I can feel that there's something here. That's just the story I'm trying to portray. Yeah. And then also these temperature and tints are very important part of the color grade. So very, very important. Do not neglect them. You can adjust them to the point that you want. This is nice, to the point that you want. And also the temperature, you can reduce it. Every single of it can increase the gain to add warmth. Yeah, so that's basically it. And yeah, so this is more of getting a cinematic look. Also, this I'll be getting a video, making a video on how to color grade, also using Premiere Pro, in case of if you're trying to color grade your videos to have a cinematic look. So yeah, this is it. This is not just for a wedding type of picture. This is not really okay, take me this kind of short kind of picture. This is more of having a cinematic look to your pictures, especially pictures that tell a story and all of that. So yeah, so back again to my presets. These are presets I actually generated, not generated. I built this brick by brick, if you know what I'm saying. This is one of my favorites, Black Love. I used it on one of the pictures of my Pinterest account. It's called Black Love, and then it's doing so much numbers. So yeah, that's just basically it. If you're interested in presets, you may leave a comment in the section below, and you know you would get a bit of them. Another thing I would love to talk about presets are, even when you get the preset, it doesn't mean that when you apply them on the picture that you take is going to give you exactly what you're seeing. You have to still make adjustments. I'm being real, because when I started off in this preset journey, I thought that when I get a preset from a popular photographer, it's going to just immediately apply to what I am trying to get, but apparently it doesn't work like that. So you have to start afresh, to not start afresh, but like it gives you the basics, but then you have to start making some adjustments, because every picture it's never the same. because of the factors that are involved, the lights, the time of the day that you took it, the sunlight, whether it's artificial light or natural light, a lot of things factor in to make sure that a particular, even when you take different pictures, like this color grade now that I did, if I save it and use it on another picture, it's not going to give me the same feeling. So I have to make adjustments to be able to get back this same feeling. So don't think that presets are a fluke. They're not really a fluke. They are good, but you would have to make a little bit of adjustments. Yeah, so that's just that about that. These are the kind of videos I'm going to be dropping from now on. So just stick to me, stick to it, and go to my Pinterest channel or Pinterest page. And if there's a picture you would like me to show us on how we get the color grade, let me know below, or you can hit me up in my email. Yeah, don't forget to like and subscribe. That's by the way. Peace, brethren.